At our last Grand National Cross Country race in the mountains of North Carolina, FMF Makita Suzuki's Charlie Mullins tried to check out, but the mud claimed him as a victim, opening the door for his teammate Josh Strang to take the victory. 3 winners in 3 races. Who's next?
Playing in the dirt, face full of mud, sacrificing flesh and blood. Playing in the dirt, digging in the ground. All I'm asking you, where you gonna be when it all goes down, 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 down?
Well, hello everyone and welcome once again to Racer TV covering the Can-Am Grand National Cross Country Series. I'm your host Jason Wygant. Today we're back to the motorcycles for round 4 of their championship tour, the Pirelli Big Buck GNCC in Union, South Carolina. Perfect weather conditions for racing today. Not going to be a mutter, it's just going to be a straight up showdown, and 3 riders have already established themselves as genuine contenders for this GNCC championship. 3 rounds in the books, 3 different winners. Can anyone emerge as the first repeat winner of 2009, or will someone else rally to the front of the pack to become winner number 4? Well, let's talk to the 3 riders who have won thus far this year and see what they think about racing today at the Big Buck.
At round 3 at Steel Creek, I finished 3rd place. I was initially a little bit disappointed with that result, but after the race, I thought about the way the race went, and finishing 3rd on the podium was not a bad day. So still got the points lead coming into round 4 here. I'm looking forward to a good race today. I'm working on the bike and working on my fitness, and things have been going good. So hopefully looking forward to another first place finish today.
Here at South Carolina, I'm 2nd points, and I definitely want to win the day, and I want to kind of leave here with the points lead and just kind of ride my own race and just get a good start and just kind of do what I want to do all year. And I usually do well at this track. I finished 3rd last year, so I think it's going to be a really good day of racing. The track looks really nice, and I'm ready to go.
Right now I'm in 3rd place, about 26 points back from the leader, so it would have been good to finish on the podium at the first race, but I had a ran out of gas problem, and it shouldn't be too bad. If I keep working hard, I should chip away at the points lead and hopefully get up there by at least the break, and then I'll be ready for after summer.
Well, those 3 riders certainly have the momentum coming into racing today, and confidence is king when you're racing motorcycles. It's a mental game, and for the other riders that haven't won races this year, it's going to be awfully hard to upset that momentum if they can't get into victory lane today. We're talking about riders like Kurt Caselli, Nathan Canny, Thad Duvall, Barry Hawk, Len Carney. When we started this tour, we were talking about no less than 10 riders that could win races. But if the other 7 of the contenders don't get wins early, they might never get another opportunity to do it. So they need to strike back today. Let's get down to the starting line and see who takes the win today at the Pirelli Big Buck GNCC.
Lots of fans here to watch America's premier off-road racing series. The community really gets involved here, also in Union, South Carolina, so there's a lot of people who aren't too familiar with motorcycle racing that do decide to come out and watch the best in the business do battle. There's Barry Hawk. He needs a win. Thad Duvall needs a win. That Yamaha team has struggled with some bad luck. Back on the XC2 row, there's Andrew Matuzik looking for his first career victory. And yes, Miss South Carolina herself has decided to show. Like I said, I believe she is probably one of the ones that doesn't know too much about this, but hey, maybe she'll be a fan of one of these guys by the time the race is over. We're ready to go racing here at the Big Buck, and it is Mullins, as always, up front off the start, and he's $250 richer. MotorcycleUSA.com whole shot award goes to him. Both KTM riders, Canny and Caselli, 2nd and 3rd, as they work their way through the easy section. This is the grass track, but it's going to get awfully tough when they get into the woods. Mullins maintaining the lead so far, and I think that's Canny right behind him. Canny on the 302 stroke, and now Whibley has moved up into 3rd. Drag race through the high-speed stuff. Now we're going to enter the woods, and Mullins leads the way. Nate Canny, one of those guys we mentioned at the top of the show, needs to build some momentum and confidence. He's in a good position to do it. Mullins putting on a little bit of distance early, but no big deal. It's a 3-hour race. There's Whibley in 3rd. Another good start for him. Wells his teammate Jarrett and Duvall. And then Glenn Carney, who has made up a lot of ground already. Let's go back to catch our XC2 class start. The 250s as opposed to the 450s. In the first turn we go, and it's Josh Weisenfels on the Monster Energy Yamaha. Oh, and Corey Buttrick goes down and takes another rider down with him. I believe, well, I thought that was Matuzik. It was not. Matuzik is there in the 31 in second. But it's Caleb Russell now going to lead them. They've gotten around Weisenfels, who grabbed the whole shot. Matuzik is here in second. Weisenfels, that's his teammate Jason Thomas in third. Weisenfels recovering from rotator cuff surgery in the offseason. He's not quite up to speed yet. Meanwhile, Mullins leading Whibley and Canny. The early going in the XC1 class. We catch back up with them. Look out for Duval in third, grabbing a drink of water. Then it is Carney, Hawk, Jesse Robinson, Shane Watts. And our last week's winner, a bad start for Josh Strang. Big Buck Creek jump. Mullins and Whibley handle it, no problem. Whibley now around Canny to move to second. You got Jarrett, Duval, Carney, Hawk, and Robinson. No change there. And the 2000 GNCC champ Shane Watts and his fellow Australian, there he is, Josh Strang, coming through next. Let's see if Whibley can stay with Mullins. Whibley usually struggles with arm pump early in the races. He has improved tremendously, though, with his early race speed. We'll see if he can keep Mullins in sight. They have put some distance between themselves and Canny here in third. Canny struggling with, count them, toe, back, and shoulder injuries. Oh, Carney kicks the back end out. Gets a good line between the trees. Same for Jarrett. And we've lost the Yamaha riders from this group. Where have they gone? There is Hawk, Watts, and now Duval. So Duval has lost a couple of spots early on. But we cannot stress enough how early it is. Mullins led just like this at our last race in North Carolina. Eventually, Strang was able to run him down. He does not want that to happen this time. He's got Whibley on his tail. And we'll keep an order of the rest of the group. It is still Canny in third. And then Hawk moving up to the number 4 position. A little shot of adrenaline for the Yamaha veteran. Remember, we are early in this race. Anything can happen. Stay tuned. Racer TV is brought to you by Can-Am, Rocky Mountain ATV MC, Yamaha, and by Honda Generators, the official generator of Racer TV. Welcome back to the action. Charlie Mullins continues to lead here in South Carolina. He has turned the Big Buck into his own personal motocross track, railing the berms, handling the ups and downs. The Geico Kawasaki of Paul Whibley continues to circulate in the number 2 spot. And Nathan Canny is third on the Shock Doctor KTM. There is Canny, the young man out of New York. Consider this the calm before the storm, though. The action will get good. Riders fighting to get themselves in position. You see the 3 of Strang all over Hawk for 4th. He needs to move forward. Shane Watts following Strang through. Shane basically teaches riding schools now and does not train, but it's amazing how fast he goes. Then you got Robinson, Duval. Jarrett has been shuffled now to the back of this pack. And they're all just trying to put themselves in position to make a charge at this man, Mullins, who is leading the way right now. He has led every inch after grabbing that whole shot. Whibley is still second. Nathan Canny is still third. We'll be back to this, but first, let's check out our Rocky Mountain Spotlight. When it comes to getting quality pre-printed number plates that look great on your motorcycle, Rocky Mountain has you covered. With several color, number fonts, and graphic options to choose from, it's easy to get the styling you want at a price you can afford. Starting with the $29.99 Attack Graphic number plate backgrounds. The kit includes graphics for the front number plate and both side panels, is made from durable 14mm scratch-resistant laminated vinyl, and includes a free mini front number plate decal. Or spruce it up with the Slasher full coverage number plate background starting at $44.99. The kit includes not only the number plate backgrounds, but also airbox covers with merging designs for a factory look. And it also includes the free mini front number plate decal. Combine that with the optional Attack Graphics Slasher graphics, retailing from $9.99 to $15.99. These Attack Graphics offer swing arm, fork guard, and fender decals specifically designed and cut to your fit and your specific machine. Offers a factory look while protecting the bike from nicks and scratches. And don't forget the Attack Graphics Application Kit for $6.99. Aids in the application of decals and graphics. Makes aligning decals simple while eliminating bubbles. The kit includes a 2-ounce bottle of application fluid, a rubber squeegee, and instructions. Rocky Mountain ATV MC is the leading online seller of ATV and motorcycle tires, parts, accessories, and apparel. With an industry-leading website, free shipping on orders over $99 on the continental U.S., and a huge inventory of in-stock items, you are sure to get the products you need at the prices you want shipped quickly to your door. Visit their website, RockyMountainATVMC.com for more, or call 1-800-272-6329 for a free catalog. Charlie Mullins continues to lead here at the Pirelli Big Buck GNCC in Union, South Carolina, but all those fans hanging out down here at the creek jump, they've got to sense that a charge is coming. There is Whibley in second, Canny in third. This is a long race, and everyone tends to conserve their energy early in the game. Look at Josh Strang, who has moved up from about 8th to 4th. He's got Hawk and Watts doing their best to follow suit. There's Duval, Robinson, and now Glenn Carney has gone toward the back of this train. XC2 leader, Caleb Russell. He has been out front all day. All systems go for Suzuki. Through the pits goes Mullins on his FMF Makita ride. All good for Whibley in second. And Nate Canny in third as you hear the distinct whiskey tango of the two-stroke down that pit straightaway. And there's Russell, still up front in XC2. Now, he made a run at the overall lead at our last race in North Carolina, so it might be in the back of his mind that if he can really push, he has 1 minute of adjusted time to work with because he started on row 2, and he can challenge Mullins or Whibley or Canny for an overall top 3 position. Look at Josh Strang. He has made a lot of passes. Shane Watts, the old veteran, and Barry Hawk, another old veteran, keeping him in sight. Hawk and Watts, the 2 oldest riders out here. Mullins, man, he has not made a mistake all day long. Imagine how much energy he has saved. Wait a minute, looks like Whibley has closed the gap. Not sure if Canny was able to hitch a ride with Whibley or not. Next through should be the Suzuki of Strang. Will we hear him somewhere? I don't see him. Right now it is Watts and Hawk coming through next. They want to get back up to the leaders while Russell continues to lead in XC2. Stay with us. Racer TV is brought to you by Can-Am, Rocky Mountain ATV MC, Yamaha, and by Honda Generators, the official generator of Racer TV. The battle is on now. Charlie Mullins has led the entire race here in South Carolina. It's Grand National cross-country action. Paul Whibley has caught him, and here's your next battle. Nathan Canny versus Josh Strang for 3rd and 4th. Shane Watts and Barry Hawk digging down deep to try to keep Strang in sight as he moves toward the front. Then you've got Glenn Carney and the XC2 leader, Caleb Russell, making another run at the overall. Mullins bottoms out a bit in that gully. He has pressure now. Whibley, Canny, and now Strang are all right there. So Strang, with a terrible start, was about 8th or 9th early, is in striking distance. Look at this freight train. Now Strang putting Canny another position back. And they have left Watts and Hawk behind them. Here's that battle. Watts, Hawk. Caleb Russell continues to lead XC2 as we approach the pit stops. And you can see the battle here. It is now Carney to the rear wheel of Mullins. Carney elected not to pit, so he has moved himself toward the front of the train in front of Whibley and Strang. Strang has been riding that rear wheel through these fields. The question now is, does Carney have enough fuel to get to the end of the next lap? Next comes Hawk, who has been fighting his suspension late in the races. Might be doing that again today. Then there's Russell right behind him. Russell is on one heck of a tear. Then you hear the 2-stroke of Watts. There he is, coming through next. So now Carney has gone all the way to the lead. So he is the first rider to take the number 1 spot from Mullins. Then it is Whibley and Strang. I thought Strang was the fastest of the group, but it is the veteran Australian, Glenn Carney, gambling by skipping his pit stop. They've got a huge tank on that KTM. Sorry, that Husky. There goes the KTM of Canny. Will the big Husqvarna gas tank allow him to stretch 1 full extra lap? Although you've got to think these guys can get around him the next time when he stops in the pits. Strang in 4th. looks content to follow right now. They have put a little distance between themselves and Canny. Then it's Hawk, who is still able to hold Russell at bay. So Glenn Carney, plagued with bad luck early in the season, broke his leg 19 days before the season opener. Now you see Whibley has gotten around Mullins, as has Strang. But Glenn Carney, who has never won a GNCC, might have a golden opportunity right now. Here's Strang now to the front of this group, and I don't see Carney. There's Whibley, there's Mullins. Could it have happened? Could Carney have run out of fuel? We have lost him from the radar screen. Canny comes through next. And then it's Hawk, and I bet you it's safe to guess the gamble has not paid off. Carney's out of gas. Now Hawk leading Russell, so a heartbreaker, although I guess when you gamble, there is the chance you're going to lose. So through all of this, Josh Strang has taken the lead late. But you've got Whibley and Mullins right there. Mullins, like we said, saved a lot of energy going strong early, and Whibley is the best closer in the game. Who's going to win this? Stay tuned with us here on Racer TV. Racer TV is brought to you by Can-Am, Rocky Mountain, Yamaha, and Honda Generators, the official generator of Racer TV. Josh Strang poured it on late at our last Can-Am Grand National Cross Country race in North Carolina and won. He's trying to do it here again in South Carolina, but Paul Whibley and Charlie Mullins will not let him have it easily. Strang, 21 years old, out of Australia, just turned 21. He'll be able to enjoy the champagne if he wins this thing today. Whibley, though, it's so tough down the stretch, and you can see the determination of Mullins to stay with him. And Nate Canny is all alone in fourth, and in fifth physically on the track, the XC2 class leader, Caleb Russell. White flag is out. Josh Strang wants two straight, but no one has ever been able to outlast Whibley down the stretch. If Whibley is in the hunt, he usually comes out on top. So the last lap will tell the story. Who has been doing the training? Who has the fitness, the endurance? As Russell has put Canny another spot back physically. In the field we go. How strong can Strang be? A couple times last year he said, you look over your shoulder and see Whibley, and you know he's going to get you. They call him the Badger. He will not let go once he gets a hold of you. And there you can see he is still close. Strang, down the stretch, is going to have to breathe deep and dig down in the 3-hour mark. Does he have the endurance to hold Whibley off? And they put a little distance now between themselves and Mullins, who for the second straight race was strong in the first half, but was not able to maintain that lead in the second half. Russell making it easy on our camera crew. He's so far up in the overall, it's easy to keep the cameras back there and catch him while we go back and chase the leaders. And what a battle we have. Here comes Whibley. He has caught Strang. It's a one-on-one duel for the lead here at the Big Buck. And Whibley takes the lead. This is the trademark style of Paul Whibley. He is so fit, so tough. Whibley out of New Zealand in the wintertime, but it's summer there, continues riding and training. He is so focused on this championship. They have left Mullins behind in third. Russell now all alone. Looks like fourth is as far as he will get in the physical running order. Look at this. Strang has responded and opened up a gap on Whibley. There's Whibley's wife, Catherine, cheering him on. They've got to get the number 2 going because the checkered flag is coming out. And Josh Strang is going to do what no one thought could be done. Outlast Paul Whibley in a bar-to-bar duel on the last lap. And this says a lot about the fitness of the young man from Australia. Whibley is right there. Oh, comes together with an XC2 rider as a lap down. But it looks like Strang did the right thing in the last lap, made the right moves. Whibley still charging. Too little, too late. Strang wins. Let's talk to the winners.
Yeah, the race was good. I got the whole shot and kind of settled into my own pace until the gas stop, and Josh and Whibley, they both got around me, and the pace picked up pretty good. And going in the last lap, I was right behind Josh and Whibley, and everything was going well. Then I think around the 4th mile marker, I ended up stalling my bike, and took a couple tries to get going. But Josh and Paul, they both rode well today, and pretty happy with 3rd, but I sure would have liked to have won.
Here's the results. Good job by Duval to come back to 5th. With ignition problems, Carney got that tank filled. He finishes 9th. Let's go back to the podium.
Yeah, I got a good start. My Kawasaki got me up to the front real early on, and me and Charlie were battling it out near the start. And then after the fuel stop, a bunch of riders came up, and we all started up the pace. And me and Josh got into a good battle on the last lap. We were going as fast as we could, and I guess we pulled out some time on 3rd place. But it was a really fun day. I finished 2nd, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Here's the points. 2 in a row for Strang. He's getting closer and closer to the points lead. Whibley, though, still out front.
I got not a very good start today, and then managed to crash in the first corner, so wasn't too happy about that. And I charged to the front pretty hard, and by the time I got there, I had to take a little rest for a lap or 2. And then after gas, we put the hammer down, Paul, Charlie, and I, and pulled away from the rest of the guys. And then on the last 2 laps, it was Webbs and I. And I got in front and tried to push as hard as I could, but I couldn't get away. And then on the last lap, he passed me, and I managed to get him back just before the end. So I'm pretty done now, but I'm stoked to get a 2nd win in a row.
Stoked doesn't look the same when you're exhausted at the same time. Russell holds off Buttrick and Thomas to win in the XC2 class. Well done to those kids. Let's check out how it all broke down. Another great start for Charlie Mullins, MotorcycleUSA.com Whole Shot Award. It looked like it'd be a battle between he, Nathan Canny, and Paul Whibley early, as Josh Strang, the winner of the previous race, was way back in the pack after a first turn fall. But Strang methodically worked his way forward, dispatching the veterans like Watts, Carney, and Hawk. As Russell led the way in XC2, the battle raged out front. Glenn Carney gambled with pit strategy, skipped his pit, moved up to 2nd, and then eventually the lead before running out of fuel. The gamble didn't pay off. Strang was able to wrestle the lead away from everyone. Then he and Whibley battled hard in the last lap, and this time Strang emerged with the win. That's 2 in a row for Strang. Momentum has shifted. Can he keep it up? We'll be covering it every week here on Racer TV. I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching.